Someone is in investigation about you and was greatly surprised. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. Someone is in investigation about you and was greatly surprised. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, you ain't got nothing on me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you ain't got nothing on me. Now, the reason why that is because no matter how much they dig, research, ask around, it's never going to become a reality because it's all false. It don't matter how much they hope, pray, and believe that is true. What did not happen, did not happen. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. So they have this open case about you, not believing that you truly have integrity, not believing that you truly have morals, not believing that you truly stand on principles, right? They think that it's all a facade, which means they don't believe that the person you portray to be in public is who you are in private. Y'all know why people can't stand or be pissed off with a lot of celebrities? It's because, and I'm not saying they wrong for this, but I'm just going to break it down for y'all. It's because they have this image, this perception, right? Drop in the comments and say image is everything. But they have this image and this perception. Every time you see them, they're happy. And I'm talking about on television or through the screen on your phone. Every time they're out and about, they're happy. Every time you see a magazine, they're happy. Everything is great. They're showing you this highlight reel, right? Because of their image and PR and their brand. I get it. However, when a real fan meet that real celebrity in real time, they have a surreal moment, which means I can't believe they wasn't smiling. Well, guess what? They get happy, sad, depressed, just like you. And so what happens is they start this investigation. I thought they was this great person. I thought that they was a good person. I thought that they would truly receive me as a fan. I bought their t-shirts. I bought their this, their that, their this, their that. And you forget the fact that they are human. They're human. That's why a lot of people can't stand celebrities, because when you meet them and you reach over the stall and say, hey, can you take this picture while they're taking the number 2, you get pissed off because they tell you off, or they probably cuss you out or say something mad or mean. The point is, y'all, is this right here. That's how people feel about you, all right? See, they feel like you have this image, and maybe they had a bad experience with you, or maybe they have yet to have an experience, but they are assuming in their minds that you're not really a good person, and you can't do that. You can never judge a book by its cover. And you can never judge a person off of what they're showing you from afar. Because if you get close up on that person, you'll truly see what it is. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. So, yes, y'all, they are in investigation. Now, here's the thing. They were greatly surprised once they realized that you did have principles, that you do have morality, that you really are a person about integrity and dignity, that you are truly a good person. You are genuine. All right. But it took them to go through some things to realize that. And guess what, y'all? It's not about you having to prove anything to them. Let me make that clear. We ain't proving nothing to nobody. We're going to let the truth prove it. We're going to let God prove it. I said something, y'all. I said that sometimes you got to allow God to prove what you've been trying to explain. Right? I also made a post. I said that stop trying to prove yourself to unhealed, uninformed, and unqualified people. So, family, I'm not saying we're going to prove anything to no one. I'm just saying that the truth will prove itself in due time, right? Somebody drop that down below in comments. Drop that down below in the comments, right? I'm talking like a fifth grader right now, but drop that down below in the comments, right? In due time, because it will happen. But family, let's go ahead and get directly into it. I'm sending nothing but love, peace, and prosperity to the family. Not only that, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Listen, y'all. Be sure to ring my bell as well. Y'all do all that YouTube stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But family, we are in front of the legendary Great Couch. And anytime I am in front of this Great Couch, y'all know it's going to be something legendary said. Y'all already know. We're about to get directly into it. I want to give y'all 5 signs of how you know you are or they are in investigation about you. 5 signs that they are investigating you. Okay, number one, first sign gonna be this right here, y'all. They are asking questions excessively. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they are asking questions excessively. All right, I'll never forget, y'all, when me and one of my childhood friend and I was walking. We was probably about 15, 16 at the time, probably doing something we ain't had no business doing, but we was not committing a crime. We was not doing anything that hurt or harm anybody, right? However, y'all, I never forget, y'all. I remember like it was yesterday. These 2 police officers rolled up behind us. I was right up the street from my mom's house. It's at nighttime. And me and my boy, we walking. And they asked us, where y'all going? What y'all have going on? Who are y'all? You know, they questioning us excessively, right? And so I'm thinking this is about to be another Trayvon Martin case. I'm going to just be honest. And maybe not to that extent, but I'm thinking like, yo, I was kind of afraid because this is around the time where, you know, young kids, young boys was being murdered. So I'm thinking like, man, this is finna be crazy. But I always been quick on my feet with talking, right? I've always been quick on my feet with being able to communicate a message. And so I was telling them, hey, how you doing, officer? You know, this is my friend and I, right? You know, I put my holier than thou voice on, and, you know, this is my friend and I, and we play sports. Now my boy, he haven't played sports in probably about a few years. I had been playing sports. You could tell in my physique. You can just tell it was all over my aura, right? And so I was telling them I play sports. You know, I make good grades, man. I'm not a troublemaker. In so many words, I was letting them know, hey, you are either A, racial profiling, or it's just pure discrimination because I'm outside at night, I got a hoodie on, I look like I'm about to get in some trouble. Let me just diffuse this situation real quick, sir, and let you know who you're dealing with, right? Once I told him those things, I told those officers those things, man, they let us go quick. They let us go quick. They like, okay, y'all don't got drugs on you. Okay, cool. Y'all ain't Pablo Escobar. I got you. All right. And so they let us go on about our business. But the point is, y'all, is that it was an open investigation. Yeah, I happen to be the one being investigated, right? And me and my friend. But when people are asking you questions excessively, it is because they are investigating you. Now, they were greatly surprised after they seen this young black boy, you know, with the hoodie on or looking like I was in trouble, was actually an A student, was actually playing football for the city. And listen, y'all, these small towns, they do not play about their football. No, sir. They do not play about their football. And so, long story short, y'all, they were greatly surprised. And I'll never forget that story. I was afraid that night, but I lived to tell the story. Number 2, they are revisiting your past, all right? They are revisiting your past. You know, when people feel like you are who you used to be, when people feel like you haven't really changed, when people feel like they don't even know what your past was or is, they want to dig into it, right? And although I believe, y'all, in a relationship, you should talk about your past. It shouldn't be the biggest highlight, but you should let the person know where you came from and let the person know your growth and who you are now as a person, right? Because you got to understand something. If you, especially in a relationship or married to a person, you want them to not be in the blind about certain people. You know, you don't want them to be the joke or the laughing stock. You don't want them to not know who your past was connected with and what you used to do. I don't care if it's a man who sold drugs, if it was a woman with a promiscuous past, if it was a man who did certain things, you know, in the streets, if it was a woman who had past stripping. I mean, I don't care what it is. You always want to give your partner that upper hand so they can know what they're dealing with, right? But when people revisit your past after you clearly have moved on from it, y'all done had the conversation, we passed this point. If they keep revisiting your past, it's because they are investigating you. They're trying to figure out, have you really changed? They're trying to figure out, are you still communicating with this person? They're trying to figure out, are you still moving this way? All right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, my past is not my future. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say my past is not my future. All right. And the reason why I said that, y'all, is because so many people will try to attach who you are currently with who you used to be. And that's not fair to you. It's not fair to your future or anybody who's connected to you in a genuine way. Now, y'all remember the movie, y'all, Big Mama with Martin Lawrence? A classic, all right, a classic. But with Big Mama, he went under investigation because he was trying to get, I think his name Lester or Lance. I want to say Lester. He was trying to get him because he was an armed and dangerous man. He had escaped from prison, right? And so when he went under investigation, he was trying to see was Nia Long still dealing with her baby daddy, which was Lester. And the reason why he was asking her all those questions, and not only asking her questions, but he was revisiting her past to see if she was still, if she was connected to some of those bank robberies, if she was connected to what he had been doing here in the present. He wanted to know, were you a part of his crimes? All right, because if you are, I got to take you down. So he was revisiting her past, but guess what? He was greatly surprised once he realized that she didn't have anything to do with it. He was greatly surprised once he realized that, man, the whole time I'm trying to see if she's being honest, it was me who was being dishonest. This is why they are greatly surprised, because revisiting your past still did not prove or show anything. The past is in the past. All right. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. The past is in the past. Number 3, y'all, it's going to be this right here. They are gathering information about you. All right. They are gathering information about you. Yeah, y'all. They talking with friends. They're talking with family. They're going to schools that you used to attend. They are checking your social media or anything that is or connected to you. All right. Anything that is or are connected to you. And so when people are gathering this information about you, it's because they feel like they have gotten false information from you. When you think about the job, they don't just take your word. They're going to check out your resume. Yeah, we see what you got here on paper. But what we really going to do is call your what is it called, y'all? When you check your employer, right? They're going to check your previous employers just to see if you're really a good worker. And here's the thing, y'all. An employer ain't got nothing to prove. An employer going to keep it real. Hey, is Timmy a good worker? Nope, he is not. Dude, will Timmy come to work on time? Nope, he will not. Right? Oh, guess what? Is Sharonda a good worker? She sure is. She did great with me. Now, I understand. You can't have a hater. You can't have an employer who have it out for you, right? But chances are, y'all, when a person is doing stuff like that, that comes with the job territory. That comes with the job description. So they're not going to really, mess you over like that, all right? But the point is, y'all, is that they are gathering information about you. They're not just going to trust you. Of course, if they're saying, hey, I'm going to give you $1 million, but first, can you tell me how you are qualified? I'm going to give you 1,000,000 ways of how I am qualified to get that $1 million. Of course. But guess what? If they say, hey, I'm going to call somebody who's connected to you, and I'm going to see if you are qualified to get this money. All right? And if they say yay or nay, it's going to be according to that. See, that's more truthful, right? But what you have to be careful with is, who are you talking to? Who are you asking these questions? Who are you hoping to give you true information? Because if it's people who hate me, then you're not going to get it. But that's why I say, y'all, the reason why I say this is because the truth is going to reveal itself, right? The truth is going to unveil itself. So you don't even have to do anything. Don't worry about what they're going to say about you. Because regardless of anything, y'all, can't no man close a door that God has opened. Point blank, period. But yes, they are gathering information about you. Think about a person who truly believe in you or believe in a thing, right? So going right back to the job. If they truly feel like you are qualified, if they truly feel like you are not, I'm sorry, y'all, if they truly feel like you are a great candidate, do you think that they're going to call around asking people, your employer, your mom, your dad, I can't think. I almost had the word. I can't even think of it. But the reference, that's what it is. they try to call you reference. No, because we believe in what we see. We believe in what we hear. But if a person don't truly believe you, if that job don't truly believe in you, yeah, they're going to call them references. They're going to call the employers. They're going to call everything, everybody who has been connected to you, valuable sources to make sure that the person that we're bringing into our company is not going to leave us high and dry. Point blank period. They gathering information about you. Number 4, y'all, is going to be this right here. They put you in provoking situations. They place you in provoking situations. I was watching a video, y'all, on Facebook, and it was this female and her dude, and she had a friend, right? And her friend had this bet. The friend really wanted the girl's husband, right? Mind you, they're supposed to be best friends. She really wanted the girl's husband. She did, because he was a good guy. This is why you got to know what you have, family. Ladies and guys, you got to know what you have. When she set up her husband, it was after the fact that the girl was like, hey, I want to see if he gonna fall for me. You know, I just want to make sure that that's the one for you. That's the man for you. So let's set him up. You know, let's just see. Whole time she knew that he was a good guy, but she didn't want her friend with him because she felt like she was not good enough for him, right? In other words, I really can't stand to see that you got something that I really want, and I don't feel like you are truly worthy of it. So I'm going to play on your insecurity. So she set the girl up. She set her man up, and the dude stood on business. He said, no, man, I want my woman. I want my wife. But unfortunately, he divorced her because he said, why did you try to put me in a provoking situation? Why did you try to put me in a situation to where I could have possibly, fell for it? Although I'm not, but it's the fact that you're trying to throw me in a situation. You're preying on my downfall. That's a form of preying on a person's downfall. Straight up. That is a form of playing on a person's downfall. Reno, what are you saying right now? Some people are going to put you in a provoking situation. All right? They're going to put you in a provoking situation. If you used to sell drugs, guess what? They're going to try to put you in a situation where drugs are around to see if you still going to try to sell a drug. If you used to smoke drugs, they're going to put drugs around you to see if you still going to try to smoke a drug, right? They want to see if you're going to fall for a situation that can possibly provoke you. Going right back to the young ladies, right? Why would you put your husband in a situation like that? Why? Do you even want to see him go out bad like that? Why? And you end up losing a good man. That's crazy. But that's what people who are trying to put you in provoking situations do. Point blank period. Now, moving on to the next one, y'all, which is going to be the last one. Number 5, increased surveillance. All right, let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, increased surveillance. All right, now this is when the antennas has rose up, all right, and now they are looking, they're paying attention, they are observing. They even got other people watching you. They ain't the only ones who got surveillance on you. Imagine if a diamond heist, right, or a person who's a diamond thief goes into the most valuable store in the world and becomes successful after stealing a diamond, or they was successful stealing that diamond. Well, what's going to happen is that they're going to increase the surveillance, which means, okay, maybe you got away with it. Maybe your crew got away with it, but the next person most definitely won't be getting away with it. We're going to have cameras on the inside, on the outside. We're going to have cameras a mile away before you get to this store. We're going to have surveillance everywhere. Not only that, we're going to have secret shoppers. We're going to have everybody in this store, everybody in this mall, everybody who's connected to us watching. They increase their surveillance. And that's the same thing with yourself, y'all. Not only are they watching you, but they family watching you. Their friends are watching you. All right? Co-workers are watching you. They got everybody watching you. People in high-ranked positions watching you. They have increased their surveillance because they say, hey, if I miss it, cool, but I know this person won't miss it. Well, if that person miss it, cool, but I know this person over here won't miss it. They're trying to increase their probability of catching you in the act But if it's nothing to catch, they will never see anything, actually, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, it's nothing to catch. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say it's nothing to catch. This is why it is important and imperative to be yourself at all times. All right. This is why it is important and imperative to not switch it up, meaning not switch up your character for nobody, switch up your integrity for nobody, switch up who you are for nobody. All right, you can switch up your patterns. You can switch up, I'm not going to drive to this. I'm not going to drive this way to go to work. I'm going to drive that way. I mean, that's okay. Don't never let a person know your next move, but don't switch up your personality. Don't switch up your morals, right? Don't go to doing things wrong when they not looking no more, but everything is cool as long as they looking. No, still be that good person. Still pick up trash when ain't nobody watching you as you would when everybody is watching you. Because when they increase the surveillance, guess what? Just because they turn their head, you got to realize it's another camera right there. Just do the right thing. All right, do the right thing, y'all. Pick up that trash. Be a good person. Help the old lady across the street. I'm not saying literal, okay? I'm just saying in a figurative perspective, keep being who you are, because they have increased the surveillance. They think that this open investigation is going to turn into a conviction. But you are who you are, all right? But with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and conclude this video. Someone is in investigation about you and was greatly surprised, y'all. They are greatly surprised because who they thought you was nowhere near. It was nowhere near. But family, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all make sure y'all go over to the Rich Mentality Academy. Y'all join the membership. Go meet your tribe. I'm going to catch y'all once again in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace.